welcome back. My name is Jack Russell. I'm one of your co-hosts, and with me,
I'm Bradley McGinnis.
And this is episode 3 of Designated Distraction. You can't keep us off the air no matter how much you try.
Keep coming back like a bad rash.
And today we're here to talk about Thor Ragnarok, the upcoming movie, and we will talk about Planet Hulk, which is the source material that it's based on, or partly.
Well, loosely based on. I mean, it's going to be a buddy cop style thing with Thor and Hulk, so yeah, they're going with that, throwing that bit of that Hulk Gladiator style stuff in there, so.
Yes.
Figured it was only right to go into the Planet Hulk storyline, which is awesome, because it's like Gladiator in space with the Hulk. Phenomenal.
Yeah. Then after that, we're going to go into a quick mini game. It's a new segment, and that'll be a surprise for you at the end of this, end of the video. So, all right, let's get right into it. So we're going to get into Thor Ragnarok and what we know so far. Entertainment Weekly recently released a bunch of photos from the set of everyone in their costumes, and we're just going to kind of tell what we know so far and who's returning, who's not returning, and new characters, and kind of explain the new characters that you'll see moving forward.
So it's going to bridge the gap between the current status of this MCU and then it'll be going into Infinity War. So we've got Thor the Man, Chris Hemsworth coming back, Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Benedict Cumberbatch.
You almost say Cumberbatch?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh God, yes.
God, someone said that the other day and I can't get that out of my mind.
Cucumber Stash.
Cucumber.
That's his name.
That's the title of a solo porn video. Benedict Cumberbatch is, Doctor Strange. Anthony Hopkins is Odin.
Yes.
They got Idris Elba as Heimdall. And then we got Jamie Alexander as Sif. So who's not coming back? That's gonna be Natalie Portman, and that was evident, I think, in Avengers when they showed her picture on one of the computer screens. And they said, Thor said something like, oh, things are complicated or we're not seeing each other anymore. So boop, out.
Yeah, who knew that a human-god relationship wouldn't work out, right?
Shocker.
Yeah, stay in your lane, date within your own
Stick to your own kind.
Yeah, which is ironically the opposite premise of Get Out, which is interracial, date outside your culture.
It almost forces that you should date outside your culture.
Yeah.
So. Or how dare you stick with someone of your own race.
Yeah, so Jane and Thor could probably take a lesson from that movie. They should go see that movie, Get Out.
Oh shit, so the newcomers we got are Tessa Thompson. She's gonna be Valkyrie, which she's white in the comics, but hey, if she does a good job, who gives a shit? Valkyrie is a character that is charged with, I guess you could say the typical Norse mythology character of the Valkyrie, who would come into battle and take those that have died a valiant death and bring them to Valhalla, the wonderful heaven rock star equivalent when you die.
Yeah, and it seems like from early reports that the Valkyrie and Thor are going to be love interests.
Potentially, yeah, but then we also got Sif in the picture, so that's going to be a tension-riddled love triangle.
Hashtag Team Sif. You've heard it here first. I'm on Team Sif. I don't know about you.
I like Sif. I prefer. I love her.
Yeah, she's a strong lady. So next up we have Cate Blanchett as Hela. Brad, you
Oh, very good pick. See, so Hela is like Satan for the Asgardian underworld, which is hell, only spelled with one L. And I think they nailed the look. She doesn't have the mask that goes with Hela in the comics, but I still got the dark, brooding, maybe that part of her face that's covered up with her hair is fucked up, who knows? And that's how Hela looks without her mask, because she almost looks like part corpse and all that, but I like the effect that's going so far, so.
Yeah, she looks like a preteen girl who went to Ulta for the first time and just used way too much eyeshadow. And
never got past the emo stage of her development.
Yeah, here's a god that still shops at Hot Topic.
Single-handedly keeping Hot Topic alive.
Right.
And the Grandmaster, Jeff Goldblum. I am so excited that they picked Jeff Goldblum for a character like this, just because I don't think he's been getting enough love recently, especially the new Independence Day movie. We don't talk about that.
Oh yeah,
it was a half-assed. Yeah, so we'll play it. But he's going to be playing the Grandmaster, which is a character that is part of a group called the Elders of the Universe. Essentially, they're one of the first races to intelligent life to evolve to a very high godly plane after the Big Bang. And they all each obsess over a certain quality. That's what defines them. So in the Grandmaster, it's all about games and competition. He's a sucker for games.
So that he represents the AARP. The Marvel MCU has an old person association, basically.
They do, yes.
He's one of them.
And Jeff Goldblum is now going to be that figurehead.
I feel like if I ever reach that stage, my singular thing would be obsessed with Taco Bell. He can't stop eating those gorditas.
Scourge. So Scourge is the right-hand man of the Enchantress, which is an Asgardian, usually villain, lady that has an obsession with Thor, and yeah, she's pretty much villain the entire time. But I'm surprised if we're seeing Scourge. I'm surprised there's any clear picks with Enchantress in it, because he's not really involved unless she's there.
Well, maybe it's gonna be a surprise.
Well, pretty weak-ass surprise for anybody that knows Scourge, like myself.
Well, it's better than like, you know,
those fucking non-comic plebes out there.
Batman vs Superman, like Doomsday.
God,
like,
that was stupid. Yeah.
Like, okay.
Fucking A.
But yeah, Carl Urban is gonna be playing this dude, so you know he's got a real interesting haircut. I've never seen that before.
It's all the rage. It's Guardian chic.
It's Guardian chic. Okay, so those are all the new characters you'll probably be seeing in Thor Ragnarok, and we're gonna double back to some of these you know, characters that you already know and what they've been up to and what you can expect from the movie, probably. So,
Oh yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about Mr. Hemsworth, Mr. Thor.
Look at that fucking haircut.
Yeah, where'd his hair go?
Dude, I don't know. Maybe they're just going for a different. I mean, nobody can complain about Thor's wavy locks. It's part of his iconic look.
Yeah, maybe he got it cut for like a different role, and he just like they had to write it out of the script.
Possibly. All I care about is hopefully that blood or whatever's on his face is not his. You know, he just uses the blood of his enemies for tattoos and markings, which is great. Yeah. It's awesome. Now, if you see, look on the back, the two swords he has, that brings the question, where the fuck is Mjolnir and why can't he wield it?
Yeah, where is Meow Meow? That's a signature hammer weapon.
Well,
is he not worthy anymore?
That's the question. If it somehow possibly lost, or maybe he's not worthy to wield it anymore, which is a heavy thing.
I completely understand. Like I've been to a water park before, like Splash World. I left my bag in the locker and I just totally left without it.
Yeah, too bad your bag can't come back to you at your beck and call.
Yeah.
Like Mjolnir can. So that, I mean, that opens up a whole host of issues. You know, maybe Thor fucked up in a battle or something, and then he's just full of self, like doubt, loathing, insecurity. He's like, oh, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm half a god.
Maybe he like jaywalked or something, and then Mjolnir's
boom,
like,
unworthy.
No way. He cut in line at a grocery store. Mjolnir's like, no way, you can't wield me no more. He went over the speed limit, Asgardian speed limit.
Past the point of no return.
Yeah.
You can never be redeemed.
You get a parking violation at the grocery store. You're not worthy. Wow, that's a pretty high threshold. For,
real high standards.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what happens with Thor. Good, best of luck to him.
And then we got Mark Ruffalo.
Yes.
The Hulk. My favorite version of the Hulk, to be honest. I mean, we don't talk about Edward. I think
Edward Norton.
No, Edward Norton wasn't bad. Not the best, but I think Edward Bana, or Eric Bana in the first Hulk, the
right.
Spike Lee? No, something Lee. Some Asian directed the film.
Mr. Lee.
We'll call him Mr. Lee. But I hated that version of the Hulk. Sucked ass. Edward Norton wasn't bad. And then just we got Mark Ruffalo, who is awesome.
Yeah, he's a huge fan favorite nowadays, and he's got a background in rom-coms, so he's extra charming.
Fucking A. Yeah, that's what we want, a very charming Hulk. Loki.
Who's this man?
That Asgardian butthole.
Tom Hiddleston.
He's a charming, suave British man, I believe, in real life, and he brings all those excellent parts except the accent into his version of Loki.
Yeah, I think he was in talks to like be the next James Bond or something.
I would have no problem with that at all.
Yeah, he also dated Taylor Swift.
I have issues with that.
And became a song.
Tis the fate of all those who date Taylor Swift.
So Loki was disguised as Odin the last time we saw him. It was like at the stinger of which movie? Like at the end he was like...
The end of Thor 2, when everybody thought, you know, he'd sacrificed himself in a noble way. Nope.
Yeah.
All just subterfuge, misdirection.
Really convincing wig and...
Dude, he's the master of like illusions and just covering up his true intentions the entire time. Like you cannot trust him, never. He is the best politician that could ever exist.
Oh yeah. He's clearly up to no good, so we'll see what kind of...
Even when you think he's actually helping the cause, he's only really out to help himself. Loki has a hard-on for Loki.
I kind of empathize with that. Like, if you don't look out for numero uno, who will?
Don't ever empathize with Loki. He is not a role model.
All right, so again, like we said, the Thor Ragnarok movie is going to incorporate 3 main storylines. From what I've heard, it's going to be Planet Hulk, which we're going to break down in a second.
Oh yeah.
The Thor Ragnarok comic proper.
Loosely based on that.
Loosely based on it, and then just some unknown like Doctor Strange plot that'll probably be original, maybe.
Doctor Strange, he's got a lot of stories. I mean, just they're older, so they don't come up as much. Dude, I don't even know how Doctor Strange is going to fit. I don't care. I mean, it's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna move on to Planet Hulk now.